He's dedicated his life to helping the poor, the incarcerated, and the condemned.
I'm fearful that if we don't lift our voices and insist on equality and fairness and justice for all people, some very ugly things will happen.
His message is both somber and urgent, but motivating to many.
Hearing it is difficult, but it makes me sure that I want to do something about it.
Bryan Stevenson is a widely acclaimed attorney, professor, and author.
He also travels the country giving speeches on justice and equality. Recently, Stevenson brought his message to some local school children in Birmingham.
Our Kimberly Gill was there and has more.
And his basic message is that all of our survival is tied to the survival of everyone else. And because of that, we must treat every human being with fairness and justice.
You're never too young to actually do something to stand up for the rights of other people.
Students at the Roper School in Birmingham appeared eager, listening to human rights lawyer Bryan Stevenson give a lesson in what he says must happen before America can truly thrive. His message? America has to come to terms with its history of injustice and discrimination.
There are communities in Michigan that were settled in direct response to terrorism in the American South. And most of us haven't talked about that.
Stevenson is the founder of the Equal Justice Initiative. It's a national organization dedicated to representing death row inmates and creating a more equitable criminal justice system. The Harvard-educated lawyer has also written a book called Just Mercy, a story of justice and redemption. He says simply punishing the broken only ensures that they remain broken, and in return, we remain broken too.
And we call people murderers, and we call people drug dealers, and we call people these, and we react to that act rather than that person. And I think we do a disservice to what it means to be fully human to do that to other people.
The Equal Justice Initiative believes racial bias remains a serious problem and is a direct and lasting legacy of American slavery, which he says did not end in 1865, but has rather evolved into mass incarceration.
And in the international context, we realize that when we're dealing with a refugee community, there are needs that have to be addressed. You've got to deal with that trauma, and we didn't do that for black people in Detroit and Chicago and Cleveland. And because we didn't do that, these communities weren't threatened with lynching, but they were segregated into urban ghettos, and they were marginalized, and their needs weren't met. And that has continued to be true for a very long time. And so now we have to understand that this legacy, this history, is part of the story of what it means to revive a community like Detroit.
How do you explain this to children?
I don't think we help our children become adults that can cope with the complexity of the world by shielding them from that complexity.
While the subject matter might make some audiences uncomfortable, it seemed to resonate with many of the students.
You know, I'm not of color. I don't have the same experience with injustice as, you know, a lot of my friends do. However, I am very passionate about this, and I think, you know, I am of the belief that the only real way to make a change is to eliminate this discrimination.
You know, I'm Jewish, so I've grown up with the cultural knowledge of the Holocaust and the centuries of persecution, and I think that's why I care so much about justice.
It's kind of taxing to realize that, you know, you're always being watched, it seems, and when you can be taken advantage of in the court system, it's something that you have to keep in mind.
Stevenson was in town to accept the Golden Apple Award at the Roper School in Birmingham. The Equal Justice Initiative is in the process of building a museum and a national memorial that will take a closer look at African American history. Both will be in Montgomery, Alabama.